guys, this is DrayYoutube584. I've done multiple rants related to bad music before, but now I found out about the absolute worst music artist in all of history, Rated X. However, that Cool Dog Kid 2K7 made this band up. This band is as horrible as a band could possibly ever get. They're even worse than my fictional worst band, Rambo. They started at around the same time as them too, in the mid-2000s decade. How could you even call it music? I'll tell you what the band members do. They're all purely evil. I'm going to put it euphemistically. They took people out of the earth. You know what I mean. There's nothing you can do that's worse than that. The lead singer even curses at babies for no reason. He's just plain abusive. This singer is Barney Trump. He's the worst singer in the world. The lyrics he writes are more inappropriate than that of an NC-17 rated movie. He also wrote the worst song in the world of music. I'll just say the title of this song is Bleep These Bleeps. I'd rather get punched in the face and kicked in the butt 50 times than listen to 5 seconds of it. It makes DDLG by PP Coco and New York City by Rambo put together sound like Bohemian Rhapsody by Queen. Now let's talk about the other band members. Dick Davidson plays a different soundtrack of a screaming and crying baby on every song. In fact, when they're in the studio, they use an actual screaming and crying baby to do the music. Then, Dick Davidson plays his soundtrack through the speaker at the concerts. How on earth is that music? I did a rant on that sound alone in my 4th rant. And they add it to their music. Seriously? Next up is Satan Ferguson. Yes, that's his real name. He scrapes his long nails on a chalkboard to the music. He's so aggressive with it, too. How could any person think that's music? It just makes my ears bleed. And finally, Riley McUgly. His name is perfectly fitting because he's absolutely hideous. All he does is scrape a fork down a plate over and over again. They don't play any instruments. That's all they do. Remember the song I mentioned earlier, Bleep These Bleeps? I'm just going to change the title to Forget These Brothers, even though it's not what it's actually called. Like I said, it's the worst song ever. I had trauma, and my day was completely ruined after listening to it. Barney Trump is just screaming extremely vulgar things at the top of his lungs, including every single offensive word and phrase in history. And Dick Davidson brings the loudest, screechiest, screaming baby into the song, while the other two use full aggression with the nails on a chalkboard and forks scraping on a plate. It's so bad that if my mom made it, I would literally say, "What the heck, Mom? Why would you do this? This is the worst song ever. Never play it again or I'll lose my mind. You suck at making your atrocious music." If I get grounded for saying all that, I don't care. It would be worth it. Every single song they've ever made is super duper mega hyper extremely majorly horribly miserably hellaciously atrocious. Another one of their songs, I'll tell you, but I have to change the title because every single song they made has at least one cuss word in the title. It's called Witches Are Poop. I listened to that song and I regretted it so badly. They replay one verse 3 times that's incredibly dirty and doesn't make any sense whatsoever. They say one line 8 times at the end. They say, "Forget you, ugly jerk." Except, of course, they don't say forget and jerk. Did I mention that their music is also discriminatory in every way, shape, and form? To prove it, they have a song title that's discriminatory, and I don't even want to say the title altered. Yeah, it's that bad. It also features the worst rapper in the entire world. That Cool Dog Kid 2K7 also made him up. His name is Jason Jerk. That song sickens me to my stomach. Both Barney Trump and Jason Jerk are just screaming. This song also uses the F word 75 times. I listened to it and it was a catastrophe. I couldn't help but shout, "What is this garbage?" In fact, it made me throw my phone across the room because it made me really angry. At Raid X concerts, there were literally 0 fans. All the people there were kidnapped by the band and tied to their seats, and they were crying to be let freed. One time, this guy screamed at the concert, "Hey, you stink at making this horrible music!" Then Barney Trump started to scream and curse at them. Anyways, this band no longer exists. All the band members are dead. Barney Trump's death was on February 1st, 2008. No offense, but it wasn't really sad. He was a horrendous excuse of a human being. And normally I'll be respectful to even bad people's deaths, even if they're bad people. But Barney Trump is honestly an exception. In their lives, all band members were all criminals. I'm so glad that we'll never hear music from this band again. I have no respect for this band. They're the worst band ever. And how could anybody like them? Rated X. I can't believe it. Please, answer this question. Please carefully think about it and answer this question for me. What were you guys thinking when you made your music? All they're doing is trying to make your ears bleed. End of rant.